Newspaper Headlines, a program that provides a great sense of educational value.
This is the program where we serve you the menu of news making headlines from select national newspapers.
It carries information about politics, economy, entertainment, sports.
Alright, that is it on a sports update.
Business, industry, trade, and commerce. We carry the news of Nigeria and the world, bringing it right to the comfort of your home.
So many events happened from yesterday within and outside the country. Please stay with us as we take a look at the stories.
Newspaper Headlines, a program you cannot afford to miss, showing only on ACNN TV.
Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Happy New Month, viewers. Happy New Week, and Happy New Day. What better way to start the week than with newspaper headlines coming to you live from the Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television. Your dailies are packed full with interesting stories from select national newspapers. And so, let's check out the headlines together. Remember, this is a live program, the newspaper headlines, where you can call in or text in to share your thoughts regarding the headlines. And also follow and share our various social media platforms. On YouTube, it's youtube.com/ACNN-TV. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/ACNN-TV. On Instagram and Twitter, @ACNN-TV. And our website is acnntv.com. I am Phoebe Agimehu. And so let's get right into the Vanguard newspaper. The front page: Zamfara abduction will be the last, Buhari assures. And the kickers blame federal government, Zamfara emirs. We are working with repentant bandits, Governor Matawali says schoolgirls will be released soon. Pope condemns vile abduction of Zamfara schoolgirls. Abductions designed to cripple education in northern region, says CNG. Those whose parents are in the military were beaten mercilessly, says Kankara students. Editors condemn insensate abductions. Blast Gumi. See page 5 for the details. And the picture: Zamfara Council of Chiefs visits Governor. A cross-section of members of Zamfara Council of Chiefs during their visit to Governor Bello Matawali on the abduction of the 317 female students of Government Girls Science Secondary School, Jangabe, in Talata Mafara, local government area of Zamfara State. And beside the picture, flush out hooligans blocking food items to South now, MBF tells federal government. NDLEA nabs trafficker in Sokoto with 1 billion naira worth of cocaine, page 6. And on 2020 admissions, heads of tertiary institutions fixed June 15 as deadline, page 9. And just below the masthead, stock market in reverse mode, loses 1.36 trillion naira in February. 186% rise in TB yields lures away investors. Analysts see bleak outlook for first quarter. And above the masthead, generating more revenue for economic growth, 22. Presidency directs FRS to remit Nasani statutory cash, to boost technology. Page 8. On COVID-19, frontline health workers will be first beneficiaries of vaccines. Federal government, WHO, UNICEF. Page 9. And lastly, from the front page of the Vanguard newspaper on page 8, CBN plans to strengthen Naira economy through $15 billion Dangote refinery. And that is all from the Vanguard newspaper. Right about now is the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. I will start with the stories beside the masthead. But remember, the phone lines are opened. You can call in and share your thoughts regarding the headlines. And now to the Blueprint newspaper. Petrol consumers to pay more as oil rises 65% above benchmark price. Page 24. On that same page, CBN devalues Naira to 410 Naira per dollar amidst rising crude prices. And below the masthead, Presidency takes over NACENI, that is the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, directs FIRS to remit levy. Page 6. On page 5, 4 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine expected Tuesday, coming from the MPH-CDA. The lead story now, aftermath of NSTA passengers Kangara students release. Bandits commanders to negotiate with Shiroro colleagues. Livelihood agreement 6 fire underway, SSG. Zamfara monarchs blame federal government over 317 schoolgirls abduction. 7 killed in Kaduna communities. Yobe shuts boarding schools. Page 5. Buhari assures on measures to end banditry. You see the details on page 6. And the picture, Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello and former President Olusegun Obasanjo during the governor's meeting with former president in Abuja. And this happened just yesterday. Below the picture, why the innocent Fulani must speak up, coming from a US-based activist. Page 14. Blueprint newspaper for you. Up next is the Nigerian pilots, and we'll start with the stories just below the masthead. It has this to say: Pope condemns mass abduction of Nigerian school children. Page 7. Confusion over the release of Jangabe school girls. Page 5. And the lead story, fuel scarcity. Fuel scarcity has returned to the nation's capital, Abuja. There is fear that the scarcity will spread to states. It's also feared that transport fare will increase. Government urged to embark on deregulation as solution. Page 8. And the picture, former President Goodluck Jonathan, Bayelsa State Governor, and the Deputy Governor during a grand reception in honor of Governor Diri at the weekend. And on page 9, Nigeria to receive 4 million doses of COVID-19 tomorrow. Blame IBB, IMF for insecurity, says APC chieftain. Page 8. Sacked Salihu Tanko Yakasai is with us, says DSS. Page 6. School abductions designed to cripple education, says Coalition of Northern Group. Page 11. Court orders forfeiture of $919,202 proceeds of vessel to federal government. Page 10. Kidnapping. Zamfara. Yobe shuts all boarding schools. Page 6. And the bottom strip story on page 27. Federal government targets export increase as CBN devalues Naira. And that is all from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. I beg your pardon, the Nigerian pilot. And right about now is the People's Daily. And we'll start with the lead story. Nigeria to receive 4 million doses of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine on Tuesday, page 5. The picture? Emir of Gusau, Sultan of Sokoto, Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara, and Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto at the Government House, Gusau, on Friday, the 26th of February 2021, when the duo from Sokoto came to commiserate with Zamfara state government over the abduction of 317 female students of the government girls' science secondary school, Jangabe. Economic recovery. Osinbajo Lord CBN calls for re-regulation of blockchain technology, page 910. And the bottom strip stories on pages 3, 4, 2, and 7. Dangote grooms Nigerian engineers to manage refinery complex upon completion. Bandits. 3 kidnapped as bandits attacked Kacha in Niger community. Restructuring inevitable. Expedient coming from Jerry Gurnall. NDLEA arrests 136 suspects. Seizes 46.8 kilogram of tramadol capsule worth 50 million in Adamawa. And just above the lead story, which is below the masthead, Nigeria has more than 2.6 million IDPs, says federal government, page 5. And that is all from the People's Daily. All right, let's take a look at ThisDay newspaper, which arrived early enough for us this morning. We will start with the story just above the masthead. Stock market shuts 1.364 trillion naira on profit taking, weakening sentiments. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 9. On page 8, NEC. Niger orders debt worsening illiquidity in power sector. I'll take that again. Niger orders debt worsening illiquidity in power sector. And the lead story, Pope prays as military intensifies search for Zamfara school girls. Matawale insists on negotiation with abductors. Federal government pledges to end abduction of students. Shoyinka laments incessant kidnapping of pupils. And the picture we earlier saw on the Nigerian pilot, honor from home fronts. As fuel queues return, NNPC, Ipman caution against panic buying. The story begins on the front page and continues on page 9. On page 5, commit to rule of law, democracy. Jonathan urges African leaders. And that is all from the front page of ThisDay newspaper. Viewers, we're now going on a short break, and when we return, we continue with stories from other newspapers. Yeah? Please stay with us.
It's another time of spiritual awakening. Diocese of Abuja Anglican Communion invites you to our Diocesan Lenten Meditation, tagged The Way of the Cross 2021. Theme, The Power of His Resurrection, Philippians 3:10. Ministry, Most Reverend Dr. Michael Fakbe, Right Reverend Professor Dakbo Asaju, Right Reverend Daniel Olinya, Right Reverend Aloysius Agbo, Right Reverend Sunday Adewale, Right Reverend Prosper Amma, Right Reverend Foreman Nedison, and other ministers of God. Date, Monday 1st to Sunday 7th March 2021. Time, 5 p.m. daily. Venue, Basilica of Grace, AGGS Compound, Gudu, Abuja. Host, His Grace, Most Reverend Henry C. Undukuba, Primate of all Nigeria and Bishop of Abuja Diocese. Come and experience the power of His resurrection.
Marriage is the institution which God established. Such an important institution that nobody should enter carelessly or unadvisedly.
Love is actually an act of our will, and so you must decide to love.
Fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience. When we exhibit that in our marital relationship, then we see that couples or husbands and wives will enjoy the marriage that God gave to them.
The importance of marriage counseling is that it teaches the intending couples, or even the couples already, those who are already married, the principles, the biblical principles of marriage.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the newspaper headlines live from the ACNN studios in Abuja. For more on our catch-up programs, please visit our social media platforms all showing on the screen. And do well to download the VM Africa app or Prime TV or We TV Africa on any app store to watch us on the go. ACNN TV is now available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Android TV. So we continue with the rest of the papers. I have here with me the Nigerian Tribune, and we'll start with the stories just above the masthead. Federal government workers as 3.92 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine arrive tomorrow. Paid 26. Nigerians panic over possible fuel price hike. Flood petrol stations. No cause for alarm coming from Ipman. Ipman, Moman call for deregulation as oil prices hit $66.45 per barrel. Page 6. And below the masthead, disquiet in NAS over alleged lopsided promotions. Page 26. NDLEA arrest suspect with $1 billion worth of cocaine. Page 27. Idume to Buhari. Sign executive order on unexplained wealth. Page 25. And the lead story, Zamfara abduction. Pope prays for girls. Buhari assures this will be the last. Sokoto, Yobe close boarding schools. Security agencies must live to their responsibilities. NHRC. Devise new strategy to rid forest of bandits. Editors tell service chiefs. Treat kidnappers as terrorists. Nance tells federal government. Pages 5 and 25. And the pictures that of Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello displaying the national football team captain band received from ex-Super Eagles players during the conferment of the award on him on Saturday. With him are some of the ex-players. Local hunters vigilante kill one kidnapper, rescue 7 victims in Ondo. Page 27. 1 year after Index case, Nigeria yet to meet COVID-19 testing target. Page 26. LG poll. 147 apply for 33 chairmanship slots. 803, I beg your pardon, 808 for 351 councillorship seats in Oyo PDP. Page 30. Yakasei's arrest. More Nigerians will still demand Buhari's resignation. Coming from Falana on page 25. Why passengers shown $194 million Abuja Metro Rail service. Page 30. That is all from the Nigerian Tribune. Right about now is the New Telegraph. We'll start with the lead story, which is on petrol. Petrol to sell for 230 naira per litre in MACH. Marketers. Panic buying, product hoarding, rock Lagos and Abuja. Page 3. And the picture, we saw this just before the newspaper on the Nigerian Tribune. Above the lead story, NSC investors lose 1.36 trillion naira in February, page 6. PDP to Bawa, avoid Magus pitfall, restore efficiency in EFCC, page trillion naira DMO budget. On pages 4 and 28, judge's appointment. I have no preferred candidate, says appeal court president. AFCFTA will stem illegal mining, federal government. There's quiet in-NAS over skewed promotions. And just below the masthead, COVID-19 relief fund, Nigerians lose 2.7 billion naira to fraudsters. Anxiety as petrol queues resurface in Abuja, page 26. That is all from the front page of the Leadership newspaper. Up next is sports, and we have the Vanguard Sports on pages 6 and the back page. All right, let's start with page 46. Eagles goalkeeper Okoye suffers home defeat against Willem. Cup comeback. Liverpool line up Gerrard as next boss if Klopp quits. A multi-year sets African record at WTT in Qatar. National Principals Cup back to stay. Diary. I feel guilty for Lampard's sacking. Winner. Lagos One Electoral Committee commences sale of funds. Beckham, I want to bring Messi, Ronaldo to Inter Miami. Adara Bioyo snubs Super Eagles. Osimhen trains alone. Simon Moses in relegation battle. And on the back page, bad day for Ndidi. Leicester 1, Arsenal 3. Causes penalty as Leicester lose to Arsenal. Chelsea, Man United draw blank. And on today's fixtures, MPFL, MFM versus Nasarawa United, 4 p.m. Premier League, Everton versus Southampton, 9 p.m. La Liga, Real Madrid versus Sociedad, 9 p.m. And the results, Premier League, Crystal Palace 0, Fulham 0, Leicester 1, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 4, Burnley 0, Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. MPFL, Dakada FC 3, Kano Pillars 2, Aqua United 3, Rivers United 0, Rangers 2, Heartland 0, Ifeanyi 0, Plateau United 0, Jigawa GS 0, Enyimba 0, Kwara United 2, Warriors 0, Lobby Stars 2, Katsina United 1, Sunshine Stars 0, Adamawa United 0. We also have results from La Liga, Serie A, League 1, and Eredivisie. All right, and that is all from the Vanguard Sports. Viewers, all is well that ends well. Thank you for being with us throughout the program this morning. Remember, faith is hard because it means believing in something or someone that we have not seen. If we could see God, then it would not be faith. It would be proof and knowledge. Faith is believing without seeing. And so I dare you to march out in this month of March. Take that giant step and do the impossible. Why? Because God has got your back. See you next time. And bye for now.
It's another time of spiritual awakening. Diocese of Abuja Anglican Communion invites you to our diocesan. It's another time of spiritual awakening. Diocese of Abuja Anglican Communion invites you to our diocesan Lenten meditation tagged The Way of the Cross 2021. Theme: The Power of His Resurrection. Philippians 3:10. Ministering: Most Reverend Dr. Michael Fakpe, Right Reverend Professor Dakbo Asaju, Right Reverend Daniel Olinya, Right Reverend Aloysius Agbo, Right Reverend Sunday Adewale, Right Reverend Prosper Amma, Right Reverend Foreman Nedison, and other ministers of God. Date: Monday 1st to Sunday 7th March 2021. Time: 5 p.m. daily. Venue: Basilica of Grace, AGGS Compound, Gudu, Abuja. Host: His Grace Most Reverend Henry C. Undukuba, Primate of all Nigeria and Bishop of Abuja Diocese. Come and experience the power of His resurrection.
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news updates, worship and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be separated from God.